I um I had 14 jobs. I began life with the Holiday gas station, now Circle K. I worked there for 17 months. Um, Heidi Green, classmate from uh, public school, worked there in Roberts, Wisconsin. I worked there for 17 months. Um, I was going to Chippewa Valley Technical College for network administration. Um, I I left there because the register, Heidi Green, wouldn't give me the cashier position to um, handle cigarettes and pay cash to in the holiday. Um, so I left that job, and and then I got on the next job, Circuit City. Um, I got Circuit City about a year later. Um, Circuit City, you know how they had those DevX discs, um, H.263 and PEG 4 DevX discs that they sold. That made them go bankrupt because they thought that was going to be the new Blu-ray. Um, they're selling HD DVD there. Uh, I was stocking, um, and I was a cashier at Circuit City. I I brought up the customers to the front and uh, was helping with audio CDs and game stocking, and um, I was in the warehouse unloading trucks, um, semi trailers, with the totes and putting the right totes in there. That was like 2006, 2007. I was there for 8 months, and so I met their people there. They were playing World of Warcraft, and that was the only way to like meet the CS customer service representatives uh, outside of work. They said something about Buffalo Wild Wings, but I never went to Buffalo Wild Wings with the employees. I remember them watching Rudy and playing Xbox 360 in during break, but that was Woodbury, Minnesota, before the store closed in 2007. Um, I wasn't there at store closed because they laid me off before store closed. I was hired by the vice president of Circuit City. Um, 'Cause um, got recruitment, um, express employment pros. You know, and I next job was PC Network Services, which they use like CentOS for OS Commerce, and they're setting up their own uh, e-commerce website. That's Stillwater, like uh, on Frontage Road or something in Stillwater. I was at Stillwater after work. I was going to the high score game place buying video games, but that was like 2007 when there was when that was acceptable. I was buying like Super Mario and like PlayStation and Emery games. So anyway, um, the Best Buy in Stillwater took mall business before they were like a dead mall company. and then they moved to a strip mall. But Best Buy Geek Squad closed that store. They they eBay they're supposed to go on eBay, but their OS Commerce website didn't work. Um, well, it functioned, but no employees, I mean customers didn't go on their e-commerce site. So, because they went to Geek Squad, and then I was at Assurant, but they decided they didn't want me. That was before my college education. Um, Assurant didn't want me in like their tape library in uh, Woodbury. They're at the Hartford building with a tape library machine, like a jukebox and like 2 gigabyte tapes and stuff. Um, I was there for like 2 weeks and they didn't want me. I was putting tapes in a garbage bag and doing Microsoft Excel and with a barcode, scanning old tapes to recycle them. I don't know. Then after that, decided they didn't want me because I wasn't good enough for them. I went to college, got associate degree in network administration and cybersecurity. Did the Network Plus, Security Plus tests. Passed the A Plus tests. Then passed the Security Plus or Network Plus class, but with my bachelor's degree, I didn't need a Network Plus still. I think pass and Security Plus. I was doing cybersecurity, but Security Plus was kind of hard. I was going to get my CCNA because that was easier than Security Plus. Was, um, so I got my associate degree because the tests were all the book and the words were the same. Um, so I passed all my tests on coursework. Um, and I then making friends in college because I was in the learning center and um, I was friends with the tutor, but then he went into wrestling and became a elementary school teacher. But I guess I had more problems than him, so he did that, and I was not making friends in college. There's no cameras on campus. Um, there's books there. There's a library, but they got rid of the books and just had like PDFs and EPUB to replace the books. And but that was the last year of college. So um, I finished a bachelor's degree and went into like Pulitech first in Hudson before I moved to River Falls. Pulitech, I just set up their Ubuntu um, and I installed Windows 10 Professional and Windows Server 2012 R2 and did the group policy and um, airsprayed servers and set up the walls in the room. Like there were cubicles, and so I did drill and screw and set up the um, that walls, and that was in the walls were in another room. I just moved it with my strength and moved into another room. And I was supposed to do Amazon Linux um, like Red Hat Enterprise Linux on their computers, and somehow do the Amazon Linux using Active Directory. But Active Directory is like Microsoft Windows, but um, like Microsoft Windows and Linux are like two separate companies. So um, and that was an internship, and yeah, they hired Indian programmers and Chinese programmers, and of course the Indian programmers were half the company in India and the software, and then the Chinese programmers took all of the source code back to China so they can duplicate it illegally. But the uh, Jeffrey Lee said, "Well, he deserves it because he was programming for us for some weird, insane reason." So I was let go of Pulitech because an internship, and Eric Lee, um, the son of Jeffrey Lee, he went into California and worked for Walt Disney Company and Best Buy, and I always had conspiracy theories that Eric Lee would like, prevent my jobs in the future because he worked at Best Buy, and then Laptop Ships was the Best Buy warehouse, and he was like firing me from the Best Buy management. He was working on web pages. I could never prove it except um, like Laptop Ships was using a Best Buy um, like network, private virtual private network, and on their like company, and but that was in the future. And then so Jeffrey Lee didn't want me because he wanted to employ Eric Lee and use um, the ASFAB employees because they were looking for a career exploration program on their little ASFAB for future employees, and they were more perfect than me, so they got rid of me there. And then I worked at Hudson. I did work at Hudson Hospital, but I worked at Western Wisconsin Health, and they were trying to transfer all their new computers to Western Wisconsin Health, their new hospital, and close their old hospital called Baldwin Area Medical Center. And I was like doing tags and setting up computers and stuff like that. And yeah, um, the new hospital, I didn't make any friends there. I was taking pictures because, it wouldn't last forever. They changed their phone numbers to dead phone numbers. And um, I was at a severe disadvantage, and everybody gets hired for future jobs, and no one talks to each other. Um, so I got pictures of that on my phone, and a Pulitech in Western Wisconsin Health, and the Telnet, and the Cisco switch that I changed VLANs in, and the Telnet putty that I use there. Um, but because they're trying to save money with their four skeleton crew IT staff and for the whole hospital, and um, that didn't work. So I wasn't employed at Western Wisconsin Health because they didn't have money, and um, they had to outsource, and it wasn't my problem because it was management made those choices, which I never got in middle management. I was always like near minimum wage, like $10 an hour. And so my next job was after that I I went to Laptop Ships, and that's where I get like supply chain management um, expertise from the manager and sticking like packaging stickers on boxes and cleaning cash registers and uh, unscrewing server um, server closet shelves, racks, server racks, and then placing products in a container, like pricer tags and uh, airports, which is access points, and Cisco hardware that I was drawing all the board heatsink and memory and hard drives that I was retiring, and they had to be recycled because it's Department of Defense thing from Best Buy, like Department of the Department of Defense codes. So and well um I was doing key, keyboard spraying like with air um the air pump and so this is like a Best Buy warehouse. They're recycling hardware and stuff. So um I did that and I got to reformat a Cisco uh, a Google server. Um, I and then in the BIOS, and then after that, I went to Minnesota. I went to Walgreens, did CSR for 2 months. Found they didn't want me, and I was doing a good job. I wasn't really talking to employees about friends and stuff. They were friends with me because I was like at a disadvantage because like again it was like $10 an hour work, um, and then I went to McHale State University, did cafeteria work for $10 an hour. The security cameras on me. Um, the students left gobs of food on the table, and even though the security camera picked it up, and I was there every day. And at Walgreens too, the security camera was picking me up. Both the managers decided they didn't want me; they wanted somebody more perfect. And um, the parking lot was like $10 for a day of parking there at the meter, and the pay was about $10 an hour, and I was working there 4 hours. Um, didn't want to keep me. Um, there's like no there's chit chatting, Mason and chit chatting with the students, but I wasn't really talking to anybody. Um, Snapchat existed for 12 years at that point. Um, I wasn't really on Snapchat, but I guess I got one student on Snapchat. I went to college, but I was in New Minnesota City, and I wanted to get new friends. So I had one college student on Snapchat from Mankato University. And then I was at Fun.com. Um, Fun.com didn't want me in like 2 weeks. I was doing the totes and the Halloween costumes, and that was in returns to putting Halloween costumes in bags, and they didn't want me. They had security camera on me because I wasn't perfect for them. And um, they wouldn't really give me a chance because it's like 2 weeks, and um, that time they fired me because I wasn't perfect for them, and so then I go to Radio Mankato, and I was taking pictures of Live After Five and uh, Music on the Lawn, and like they wanted, and gave them hundreds of pictures on Jeff Lang's email, which is the host Radio Mankato. Uh, he was okay with me. I showed him my Discogs because I did that for 12 years. I thought I'd help him out because well, he didn't really need it. He was paid. I was paid $10 an hour, but he was paid a lot more. And I don't know. I had EDM and rock lists and country lists that I spent 10 years doing for free and help his radio station out because that was all free labor by me. Except for the pictures, which was like $10 an hour. But Rio Mikio didn't want me because I wasn't perfect enough. And I was going to work on their computers and their and so I was going to do network administration and do PowerShell and uh, upgrade all their computers and all their radio station stuff. And well, um, I got an A+ degree, and I took PowerShell classes like Perl programming language. I did Perl programming language. I know how to do that. I also did C++, but they didn't want me. Um, so after that, I'm just home. I was looking for jobs, and well, the entry level jobs didn't want me, like the ones that paid minimum wage. They always pick somebody else. Well, I'm like over 40 now, so it's like age discrimination. They got really young people in in jobs or senior citizens that want want those jobs and they stayed there and have seniority and or they um, take up the positions like here. It's Mankato is like a senior retirement town or a college town with 4 colleges, and people with master's degrees work for like minimum wage and here and the lowest pay possible just to get in, to foot in the door, and there's like 4 colleges, and the rent here is as expensive as Minneapolis without the Minneapolis job market, and so yeah, I had to deal with that. Uh, and then their rent's like $1,400 or something. Like, yeah, yeah, work for $10 an hour and these part-time jobs. You have a master's degree, maybe work for $10 an hour. They'll work for $10 an hour for a master's degree here just to get their foot in the door. Internships, and then with their brains, they'll get on to like 15, $20 an hour, like something livable wage. I was never livable wage, and so I think that had to do with dating because I never was women never dated me in 40 years, and they of course they're all married and they have like inheritances and um, inheritances from their parents and grandparents and um, because it's college town. It's really, really expensive in Mankato. And, um, well, uh, so, and then the recession hit and all these, like, Donald Trump uh, presidency comes in because everybody's having a hard time. Um, So I'm home chilling now because that was like 14 jobs I passed. I get to pay for Social Security now, and they want better people than me. So but I think it's no fair because I went to college, but no, I haven't gone on dates either. There's there, no no women want to date me, and like OK Cupid and eHarmony and Plenty of Fish and whatever for 30 years. Like, and okay, bye.